Okay, so we're up on the flybridge at the moment, and absolutely lovely day, but we're carrying on with the introduction to the systems up here, and so this is a view from up here. What's going on up here, Chris?
Up here was pretty much mirrored of what we've got down on the lower helm. Slight difference in the buttons in that we have bimini lights.
Yes.
And we have a bimini open and close control.
Okay.
Okay. Obviously downstairs we have the sunroof. Up here we have the bimini control.
Right.
As far as the rest of the buttons are concerned, it's exactly the same what we have on the lower. So
yes.
Docking lights, anchor, your button instrument illumination, and your horn. And over here we've got the navigation for your screens.
Yeah.
In and out over here, zoom in and out, etc. Starts.
So you've got two ejector seats up here, right?
That's it. Once the bimini's down,
that's it. You can get them away.
Perfect. To operate the bow and stern thrusters, press both the on buttons. Let's just show you how to do that. Both on at the same time, and then this will power up.
Yeah. We found ourselves in the engine room with these beautiful V8 MAN diesel engines. These are absolutely lovely, but we're just looking at the electric panels. What's going on down here?
Okay, so in this box here, everything's labelled up. So this is for your start distribution. Should the buttons not work up at the DC panel and you need to get the battery connected, you just simply come down here, pull this toggle. Well, this is to disconnect now. Push it, that's now connected.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Right.
So for any reason, if we have any issue with the buttons up there or power failure up there and we need to do it manually, we can come down here, just pull these toggle switches and
override the system.
Exactly, we can connect and disconnect. This is your breakers for your thruster, stern thruster, bow thruster. Okay, so should you have any sort of short circuit and they run continuously and you need to isolate them, just push the red button. And that's the circuit breaker. Okay. Awesome. I'm just going to check your oil levels for you.
Yeah, I took a check on these two yesterday. So we've got the gearbox oils back there, haven't we?
That's it.
The dipsticks are way back there.
That's it.
And then the main engine oil. I should get out your way, shouldn't I?
That's fine. I'll check the gearbox oil for it.
Yeah. So what sort of read should we be looking on this one?
So each dipstick will have two marks. We have the minimum mark and the maximum mark. So we need it to be above the minimum. You can be anywhere between that, and that's in the safe zone.
Okay.
Not above, not below, between the two really.
Great stuff. So likewise on the other gearbox, you can actually see the dipstick down there with a very clearly marked on these MAN diesels, aren't they, with white-red combo.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can see all the plate on the back of the engine gearbox there. Just been doing some departure planning and preps, and we're going to take this delivery in stages. We've got some lovely touchscreens here. You can see the first stage here is taking us about 3 hours across to Mallorca at around 20 knots, and give us a good chance to have a shakedown. We've got fuel tanks at about 90% at the moment, and that there will allow us to refuel. It's not actually on that corner in here. We've got Mahon, and we'll go in and fuel up in Mahon. And after Mahon, we're going to go through the night if all is well, which will take us over to here. And we've got a couple of little marines in here. This one, Calceta, I recommend it. It's a very non-touristic place. And there's a fuel dock in there. Lovely little town. Grab some breakfast, and then we'll be on our way, pushing down south of Sardinia. Beautiful cruising ground. Shame we're going so quickly. And then we'll come in to the top of Sicily, through the Messina Straits. We'll probably refuel either here near Palermo, or there's a couple of other options closer here. Fuel prices are very expensive in Italy, so I'm going to minimize that. And the idea is then we'll jump across over the heel of Italy. And we could go straight. We'll see what the weather looks like, but normally I like to stay in close, especially if we've got winds coming from the north, which is the typical winds coming down. And then we'll skirt round the south, and we're going to end up somewhere around here. all being well, and 4 or 5 days away, something like that. Weather forecast is good. I'm using a couple of different programs. This is Predict Wind Offshore, or just known as Offshore as an app, and we've got the latest forecast here and some weather routing as well. And you can see just about without the reflection that we've got very light winds if we go now. So that's what I'm hoping for. We might get some sea breezes, but look, it kicks in a little bit stronger come Wednesday, and by Wednesday we should be through here. We have these typical winds coming down the Adriatic, and they start to build, so that might cause an issue. We'll see, but we've only got one final hop to do, and you can see why I'd want to go north and then down south, so we've got those winds on our stern slightly. And that's the basic weather routing and passage planning. Just waiting for my crew to arrive. Boat's all prepared. We're going to pull those cushions in probably before we head off. But she's looking absolutely splendid and ready to go. Okay, so we're just coming out of Mallorca at the minute, and we've not set the stabilizers as yet. I'm going to get her up to speed in a minute, but we want to see 80 Celsius on both engines. It's coming up there now. Before we take her over 1,000 revs, I'll just make sure the boys are ready to go. But there is beautiful Mallorca. Adios. Doing about 18 knots towards Mallorca, and you can still see Mallorca quite clearly. There's Alcudia over there, and yeah, you can see the good feature about this. If you're down below, we can open up the sunroof and get some good ventilation through side window vents as well. And nice calm conditions is exactly what we're looking for this delivery. It means that we're not going to put too much stress on anything. Engine temperature's up about normal, about 84 Celsius, that's perfect. Good pressures on the engines. Yeah, all going very well. So here we are coming into Mahon. We've slowed right down, there's some divers in the entrance channel. And maximum speed 3 knots. We need to come down and tick over that. Probably a little bit slower, and you can see right up into Mahon. And that's really about 20 miles off Sardinia's southwestern tip. We're going to round the corner, pick up some fuel. We're calculated it to a dream, so we're going to probably put the best part of 2.5 tons worth of fuel in, and hopefully have a coffee and a croissant if we can, and then make a dart now southeasterly down to the southwestern tip of Sicily. Okay, so we're in Calaceta, and how's it going, Simon? Nice breakfast, yeah?
Probably the best croissant of my life, filled with fresh sort of jam type oranges, and yeah, just gorgeous. Nice coffee, beautiful place, nice little restaurant, very nautical, and it's probably the cleanest marina I've ever seen. There's not even a diesel sort of signatory mark anywhere on the water, so yeah, very nice.
See that Peter's busy down there. How you doing, Peter?
Yeah, good, sir.
I guess you must be about...
A waiting game.
It's a waiting game, isn't it? Yeah. I think we're about 50% on that tank just now. Yeah, so we'll be here for another hour or so, and then we'll push off towards Sicily. We're just entering Palermo. We're gonna have to check in here, go into Italy properly, and then once we've cleared in, we'll probably clear out of here tomorrow to the marina, and then just wait it out. We've got to wait it out until Saturday. Basically, it's Wednesday currently. It's blowing quite strong from the north, as it often does in the Adriatic, and it doesn't look pleasant for a crossing. So mean winds of 20 to 25 knots, which will mean 35 knots gusting, and for this boat it's not going to be pleasant, so we'll give that a miss. Okay, so yeah, that's Palermo behind us. We've set a course to go towards Stromboli, staying close into land. About 350 miles to go to Corfu right now. The weather's very grey. We've got some leftover swell, about a metre, maybe a metre and a half, coming in from the side. So this is from the winds that we've been trying to avoid up in the north. It's Friday morning, or Friday lunchtime. We're going to stop in Stromboli tonight. We should be there in about 7 hours. Stay on anchor overnight and head off early tomorrow morning at first lights. Straits of Messina, and you can see how turbulent the water is. Just watching our boat speed, we've got 13.5 knots, so we've got the current with us, and you can see that down there. Very large super yacht, over 120 metres, has just gone through that way. You can see some ferries off in the distance. There's 2 old pylons still there on either side. Good markers for the entrance to the straits. Okay, so we're about halfway down the strait, and as you can see from avionics on our RYA Marine system, there's a crossover point in the middle. You can see the ferry on there, and that's where we're going to go for. We're going to go for this corner and then cross over to the other side to make a shorter journey for us. So still pottering away at 11.5 knots, if you can call that pottering, 1,000 RPM only, so the engines are just below turbo speed, and working with great economy. We should get to Corfu without having to refill on this. Good morning from the bridge. We are now into Greek time, so the 9 o'clock watch became the 10 o'clock watch. We're in the last legs, and we're going to, I suppose, be arriving about midday, something like that. We're currently benefiting from absolutely fabulous weather. No land in sight just yet. We just want to clean the turbos out, give them a good run through, make sure there's no build up of soot in the turbos themselves. So just run it up for 5 minutes, make sure it's nice and clear, then the owner should be able to enjoy her properly. We don't want to burn too much fuel, we've got plenty in the tanks, but it's expensive, so we'll get her up to speed. absolutely lovely trip, and you know, it really helps to make sure that you're not fighting the elements. Our job is not to get there quickly, it's to get there safely and quickly. So match the two together, that brings in prudence and caution, and certainly on a boat like this I don't want to be bashing into the weather. It's not funny, it breaks things, and we don't want to do that. That's not our aim. We'll hopefully get this boat in as good a condition as we found it. Mostly we get them in better condition, but this was in a very, very good condition. It's been extremely well looked after, and we've been very gentle with her, so the owner will get to enjoy her as he should do when he comes out soon. Look how beautiful Breeze is. She's a great boat. She's done us really well, I think. Immaculate condition, and we've just been very, very gentle with her. We've not pushed her into bad weather, and she's been in kind brilliant with us. So we're putting the covers on. We get to put the cushions back up, which we had inside for the delivery. We're going to put those back on tomorrow morning because it's still a wee bit. You can see there's a bit of moisture around still, and we want that dry as a bone. So tomorrow we're going to put those back on. Cornish flag up there, still flying. Greek courtesy flag up. The boat's looking good. An absolute pleasure. And yeah, very sad to see her here without me using it. The owner's going to have a lot of fun. So, Peter, thank you. It's been emotional.
Yes, it's been a fantastic trip.
Yeah, it has, isn't it?
Thank you.